Hello, I'm Lou and welcome to my channel. So this week we don't actually have an art subscription box to unbox, so I thought I'd try out this set, which is the Caran D'ache 15 Neocolor Aquarelle water-soluble wax pastels. I've never used this brand before. I may have used it with some art supplies that came in an art subscription box, but I've never actually owned my own set of Caran D'ache, and I've never used this kind of art medium. I have used Inktense pencils from Derwent, but they are slightly different. They're like a hard Inktense blocks, whereas I believe these are wax pastels that are water soluble. So yeah, we've got a nice colour range here. It's quite a small little container of products, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying these out and making some art. So let's go check it out. So I just wanted to come in and show you the paper that I will be using. This is actually a pad that I got from a Scrawler box subscription box, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to actually use up some of the paper. So the brand is actually Daler Rowney, but the paper is called the Langton. It is mold made and it's watercolor paper. It's also cold pressed, and it's £140, 300 GSM, and it's the size A5, which is my favourite to work with. So yeah, this is the paper that I'll be using. It's very good quality, very thick, and it's got a nice tooth to it, so it should hold up really well with the water. So I'll just go a bit more in depth with the set that we have before I do the swatching. So we have a really nice metal tin in a really bright red, and the Caran D'ache logo on the front. And then as we open it up, again it's mirrored on the inside, and we have a little card in different languages, just a little bit of information about Caran D'ache. And then we have a really cool clear sticker with some of the products that they do. And then this is the colour range that we have. There's 15 wax crayons or pastels, and then there's this little sponge here to just stop them moving around so they don't break. Just to go in depth a little bit further with the actual wax pastel, so on here you have the colour, and it's water soluble wax pastel, and even the number. And then this is really cool, you've got these tabs here, so as you use up your wax pastel, you can actually tear off a bit of the paper, just so you're not ripping the whole bit off, and then you're getting wax pastel all over your hands. So that's a really nice touch that you can actually gradually rip that off. So yeah, so this is the wax pastel. So let's go check these out and do some swatching. As I'm swatching these, I'm really noticing how amazing this set is. They're really nice to work with. They're very creamy and smooth to work on the paper. Considering it's textured paper, it feels very smooth and creamy. They're very vibrant and pigmented. When I apply the water, it does go quite far, and you can still see the vibrant colours even when you dissolve it with water. The only thing I would say is that the marks that you make with the wax pastels, they are still there underneath, so they don't completely dissolve, but it's not that noticeable, to be honest. And if I applied more pressure with the paintbrush, I could probably it probably would dissolve a bit more. So yeah, I am really impressed with this set so far, and I'm really looking forward to applying all of these colours in my art. I did a few tests on the side just to see how these wax pastels work, like how I can make them work. So at the top I just applied 2 colours just to see how they blend with water, and they work really nicely. Yeah, it covers very nicely on the paper. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. The second test, I just wanted to really push the wax pastels into the paper, so to get a really solid block of colour. I didn't need to be honest, because they are that creamy. They cover quite nicely on the paper without that much pressure, but I really just wanted to push the test and to see how well it would dissolve with water. So yeah, I applied the water. You get a really nice solid colour, and it dissolves quite nicely. Even when I've applied a lot of pressure, it does dissolve quite nicely, and I did really rub when I really didn't need to. So overall that was a really cool test to see how well they dissolve. The last test, I just wanted to see how they work just as a wax pastel, not applying any water at all. And normally with, like, for example, and it's not the same tier, but with Crayola, you're not going to get the same kind of quality coverage that you're going to get with these. With the Crayola, especially on textured paper, it's just, you're still going to see bits of paper through the wax. With these, I didn't apply that much pressure, and you can barely see any paper popping through. It covers very nicely, blends very nicely as well. You get a really good coverage there. So overall, I think this is a really good set, and now I just need to think of something to paint with this, and I want to make sure that I utilize all of these colors. So yeah, let's get on with that. I just went back to the top just to apply a color over the top, and then I just wanted to see how well they layer on top of each other, and if it's like a watercolor where if you apply water, will it lift off because it's not permanent, or is it like an intense pencil or block where it is permanent, and if you apply a color over the top, the color underneath isn't going to lift off. And this one is more like a watercolor. It's not that permanent. So if you do make a mistake, you can like lift the color off and reapply if you wanted to.
Driving down the road that I grew up on once again. It's when I pass your door, the memories come back again. Pictures of us flooding back just like a wave. Makes me wonder what happened, what you're up to today. Remember when we stole your mother's car, we drove for days. Teenagers with too many feelings and rage. We were higher than the ceiling, middle fingers to the sky. I remember thinking if I only could stop the time. Way back when we didn't care what they said. People could stare, I didn't give a damn, 'cause I was being next to you. Way back when we didn't care what they said. People could stare, I didn't give a damn, 'cause all I needed was my friend. Way back when, way back when, way back when. Remember when my father taught us how to play guitar, and so it all just fell apart. But we were higher than the ceiling, middle fingers to the sky. I remember thinking if I only could stop the time right now. Way back when we didn't care what they said, people could stare, I didn't give a damn, 'cause I was being next to you. Way back when we didn't care what they said, people could stare, I didn't give a damn, 'cause all I needed was my friend. Way back when, way back when we were higher than the ceiling, middle fingers to the sky. Way back when, way back when.
You were the top that eclipsed the room. I was the one who arrived too soon. But no one would ever bet against us if they saw us exchanging glances. I was too busy to fall in love. You were too busy to break my heart. Nobody else was there to stop us. Nobody else was there to warn us. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something. Something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Too busy watching the TV screen. Now we're just betting on broken dreams. Nobody's gonna come and save us. We cashed in too many empty favors, yeah. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something. Something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Up spontaneously. On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something. Something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Oh, my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh my love, don't worry about the cold just yet. The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms our bed. I'm lying, and I'm lying when I say I'm trying to shelter you from pain. And oh my love, the seasons come and they go, but I hope you know that I won't.
So we're at the end of the video, and this is the art piece that I created. I deliberately chose an image from Pinterest that had a lot of colour because I wanted to use all of these pastels in this set, and I did. I managed to use every single one of them in this art piece. I'll just go through my process. So I started off by sketching out the image with the Prismacolor Colour Erase pencil. This one's in Carmine Red. This is normally my go-to pencil when I'm working with watercolours. One, just because you can't really see the pencil underneath when you're working with watercolours, and two, if you make a mistake you can still erase them. So I sketched the image out, and then I went in with the white pastel to put in the highlights. I just wanted to know where the highlights would be, and then from there I then went in with all the other colours and blocked the colours in using the reference that I had. I even layered over the top of each other because as you can see the image, there are a lot of variety of colours blended in, and as you can see it is super bright, super pigmented. Yeah, I can't fault these pastels at all. Once I applied the wax pastels, I then went in with the paintbrush, and I applied a bit of water and I dissolved the wax pastels and created, like, it blended very nicely. Whenever I went over the highlighted areas, I just went in with a slightly drier brush and lifted the paint off to get that highlight. It was so easy to work with. It came up very nicely. After it dried, I then went in with the black pastel just to put in the shadows so that it popped more on the page, and then I just went over again with the white pastel to make sure that the highlights really did come through. And I have to say, this white pastel works very nicely over the top. It's not lost at all. You can see the highlights very easily with the pastels. I was contemplating whether or not to go in and with the paintbrush and just dissolve the black and the white a bit more, but I kind of like the fact that there is this pastel texture on there. It just gives it a bit more character, maybe. or at least I think so. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this set. I know I keep going on about it, but I had a lot of fun with these, and I'll definitely be using these again. They were so easy to work with. I can't fault them really. So yeah, let me know what you think of this set and my art piece. Do leave a comment down below. Have you got this set, or have you actually got any other art products from Caran D'ache? Please do let me know in the comments down below your recommendations, because I may try them out in a video. So for now, please do give me a like, share and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care. Bye.